So this is a rant I guess I have to make because quite frankly the people on Twitter have absolutely no brains, right? These people are like, oh yeah, we're gonna insult your family because Orange Man Bell. That's what they sound like. Well, they kept saying, oh, show the proof that there's all this voter fraud you're claiming. Okay, let's look just at historical precedent, right? Let's just start in the state of Pennsylvania. All right, this is a good state to go off of. All right, let's start all the way back in 2012. All right, 2012, Romney got 2.6 million votes. Obama got 2.9 million votes. 2016, Trump got 2.9 million votes. Clinton got 2.9 million votes. This election, 2016, was already basically the highest possible turnout you could possibly have in Pennsylvania. But then 2020 magically came around, and both candidates improved by 400,000 votes. So 800,000 more voters from the year prior, when 300,000 voters already more voted from the year prior. So 1.2 million or 1.1 million new voters in just 2 cycles. Really? That's nearly impossible. Okay? And in the state of Pennsylvania, I noticed something. So in Pennsylvania, they have a state treasury election always every presidential election. And I've noticed an interesting trend with the state treasurer and the presidency, right? So back in 2012, right, the Republican got around 44% of the vote, and the Democrat got around 52.5% of the vote. Romney got around 46.8% of the vote, Obama got around 52%. So Republicans always overperform the Republican state treasury, right? Each election, right? 2016, Otto Voigt III got 44%, and Joe Torcella got around 50.7% of the vote. 2016, Trump got around 48.2% of the vote, Clinton got around 47.5% of the vote. So you're noticing that Republicans usually overperform their state treasury counterparts. Alright? So this is a constant trend. 2020, the Republican is going to win. 80,000 vote difference, and basically all the votes are in. She won. Stacey Garrity will win. She got around 48.9% of the vote. Joe Torcella got around 47.7% of the vote. This should indicate the Republican would win. But somehow, Trump basically does the exact same as Stacey Garrity, alright, which, by the way, breaks all precedent in the state treasury election in Pennsylvania since 2000. Because 2000 was the only time that Republicans won, and you get the point. It's kind of an outlier. But she got around 48.9% of the vote, and Joe Torcella got around 47.7%. Biden got 49.7%. So you're going to tell me, basically, every single independent voter that decided I'm going to vote for one of the 2 major candidates all voted for Biden. That's basically what it's saying. You can deny it all you want, election mafia. You really can. You can deny it all you want. But this is the straight up statistics. How does Joe Torcella get 3.16 million votes? Stacey Garrity gets around 3.24 million votes. Biden gets almost 3.4 million votes, and Trump gets around 3.34 million votes. How does Biden improve by almost 250,000 votes while Trump improves by only 100,000? You don't get those numbers when comparing the state treasury election with the presidential election. You don't get that many people that don't vote for the state treasury election but vote for the presidential election. Alright, you just don't. Alright, you always do. Like, every election, you always have, like, some guy that votes for Mickey Mouse or something like that. But the amount of just undervoters that magically voted for the Republican for Pennsylvania State Treasury, but all magically swung 100% Biden. Really? That's how bad it's gotten. Alright? You can deny it all you want. Alright? Now, people kept saying, oh, what about Arizona? You ranted about how Yuma County swung 5 points Republican, but Maricopa swung 5. You're just mad because it swung. Actually, no. Because Maricopa and Yuma County, they basically virtually always swing. Basically, if not the same exact direction. But this election, they magically swung. Complete opposites. And you could say, oh, well, the Hispanic population in Yuma County did it. You can make a case for that. But if that's the case, Maricopa shouldn't have swung 5 points Democrat. Because while it does not have the population, the Hispanic population of Yuma County, right? It doesn't. It still has a decent part of its population that's more Hispanic, Latino, etc. So it should have swung probably 2-3 points Democrat, not 5. Alright? And I can prove it. Let's go to Arizona. 2016. Both counties swung. Right? This time, Trump won it by around 3. Romney won it by 11. It was an 8-point swing. Yuma, Romney won by around 13, or 12.5, and Trump wins by 1.1%. Yuma is a county that should swing more Democrat than Maricopa, right? And again, you can look at 2012, right? Yes, they did swing kind of the opposite directions, but not like by massive margins. This here is, what, if 1 point swing at most, Democrat. Right here, maybe a 1 point swing Republican. It's basically the same. Okay, maybe 1.5, 2 points. But it's within reason. It doesn't swing like, oh, 5 points Republican, but 5 points Democrat. Alright? That's just not how it works. Alright? And again, you could say, oh, you're Trump-tard bad. But it just doesn't make sense. If Santa Cruz swung 12 points, right? 12 points Republican, this would have signaled that, hey, you know, the Maricopa, Yuma should have swung more Republican. The entirety of southern Arizona should have swung heavily Republican. If Santa Cruz swung 12. But it didn't. Guys, this is what I'm saying. These aren't just, probably isn't fraud. A lot of this probably isn't fraud in Arizona. My best guess of what's happening in a state like Arizona is they have those voting machines, the Minion voting software. And my best guess, and generally in Arizona, they have complete morons counting the ballots down there. Right? They didn't even test the voting machines. The GOP didn't. In Arizona, in particular Maricopa County. Alright? But we can keep going on. The mafia's like saying, oh, you're just orange man bad. Okay, let's go to the Rust Belt. Let's just check the entirety of the Rust Belt. Alright? This makes no sense right here. This swing map. You're gonna tell me the Driftless area swings 8.5 points Republican, 7 points, 4, 4.5, 3, 2 and basically a half, 1.5, half a point, 2 points. You're gonna tell me this all swings basically virtually all Republican, but at the same time, the Fox Valley, which is a part of the state Trump was supposed to make the most improvement in, other than Waukesha, but we'll get to that in a second. The Fox Valley, places like Brown County, Outagamie County, Calumet County, etc., they all swung completely opposite directions. Like, look at this. Kewaunee County, 5 points Republican. Brown County, 3.5 points. Right? This doesn't make sense. You see these counties in Wisconsin, the Fox Valley, they all swing basically the exact same direction. The Fox Valley. Right? You check 2016, alright? Go down to Wisconsin. Virtually all swung exactly the same. Magically this year, oh, it's completely flipped. If anything, the Fox Valley should have been more right of the Driftless area. But the most egregious example is Ozaukee County. I said that Ozaukee County was a one county. I do think it was going to swing probably 2 points Biden. Alright? Two, maybe 3. Not 7. Look at the vote totals. Alright? Romney in 2012 got 35,000 votes. All right, Obama got 30. Well, I should say McCain got 32,000. Last election, Trump got 30,000. This election, Trump gets 33,000. But look at the Democrat numbers. Go all the way back to 2012 and 2008. 20,000 in 2008 for Biden or Obama. In 2012, 19,000. In 2016, 20,000. So you're gonna tell me 6,000 more voters voted for Biden than Obama twice. And again, you could say, oh, it's a high turnout election. A high turnout election would not give these such unbalanced turnout, alright? And it just doesn't make sense. You get these county results that completely conflict with themselves. Waukesha makes no sense. You're going to tell me Trump, he's going to improve. Basically, he's going to get better than McCain margins, slightly worse than Romney margins, but magically, Biden does 30,000 votes better than Obama, 20,000. Really? That's the margin in the entire state of Wisconsin. Guys, you can't just keep making excuse after excuse. You don't get these ridiculous swings like this. Alright? And you can see all the suburbanites, they all went away from Biden, or Obama. Sorry, Trump, I should say. Maybe he did a little bit worse with suburbanites. True. But you go down Kenosha. 3 points Republican. How does this make sense? And you could say, oh, the law and order, the riots. But then you go up to Minneapolis. Look at Washington County. Look at Dakota County. Look at Dakota County, the suburbs of Minneapolis. Swung the opposite direction. How can people say this is legitimate? I'm saying like in states like Arizona, I don't think that's fraud. In a state like Arizona, I think that's idiots counting, right? Or they mysteriously got in magical ballots. And I don't know as of now in Arizona they were cheating. In Wisconsin, I personally think that's another quote-unquote computer glitch. Because these swing maps just, no, that's not happening. Alright, and you go down state by state, you keep going. Pennsylvania is the only state I do think valid fraud, other than probably Georgia, happened in the state of Pennsylvania. You don't get these magical, just record-shattering, just turnout where Philly swings 4 points Republican, but the eastern half of the state all goes 7 points Democrat, 7 points Democrat, 5.5. Fracking country gets more Democrat. That's not how it works. That's how people vote. That's not how people work. Alright? Hope you guys enjoyed this rant. I decided to make it because people are idiots. Thank you.